Yo, what's good? What's good? Let me go ahead and share screen real quick. See this one. Bet. All right. All right. So we're looking at NAS. Let's go back to the higher time frames. What's good, Andrew? How you doing? I see you in the chat. Let me know, send this out. Let people know we're live. But yeah, we're looking at NAS on the monthly. Right. Pretty solid structure. It's clearly, very clearly uptrending since the beginning of time. Okay. And then we're going down to the weekly right now. We're just doing some top down analysis. Again, on the weekly, you see that we did break the previous all-time highs, right? 20,800. We broke above pretty nicely with a full body candle. And then we came back the next candle for a retest. And now we're working our way up once more. And then something that really gave me more confidence in these buys was the elections. When the elections happened, price literally flew up, creating new highs. This whole move here, this whole entire move, right? This whole bullish move was from the elections, and these lows were so strong that we broke not just above these highs here, but we also broke above the all-time highs, previous all-time highs. And if you guys know the setup, I hope you do know the setup. If you don't, you watch the other videos on market structure that I made. But anytime you have some kind of liquidity, and then price sweeps beneath those lows or those retail buyers, right, stacking up orders, the institutions come in, they sweep the lows, and then we break above the highs with a full body candle, right? And then we want to mark up the lows right in there. You want to mark up the highs as well. And then as price comes back into your zone for the retest, because this is nothing more than a break of structure and then a retest. Just to simplify, it's a break and retest. Price comes back to retest and then continues. So when you guys are looking at this right here, you can see it. You see it right here. As you can tell, maybe it's not as clear, but I'll draw it again, right? We have all this liquidity being built up right in there. And then we have the lows, right? This came and swept all this liquidity. And then we did break above these highs and the all-time highs. And then price came back for that retest. And now we are pushing higher. Okay, this looks very similar to what's happening over here. So that's why I'm extremely confident in taking these buys. And that's just going based off structure. I'm not going based off how I feel or what I think. I'm going based off the concrete evidence that's been provided in front of me. Now we're on the 4-hour chart, right? We're on the 4-hour chart now, and we're looking at this more close. Same thing that we just saw earlier, right? We saw the liquidity build up, boom, swept the lows, broke above, retested. And before we even get into the trade, we want to confirm that this is actually solid structure by looking for more of the same setup somewhere in here. So let's go down to the 1 hour. Let's look at some structure down there. We see that once price sold off, right? Because we did have some nice selling. I was actually looking for buys up here as well. At one point, right, we had some liquidity, swept beneath the lows, broke above. So when price was here, I was like, okay, this is a valid buy area. But again, we were pretty high. We ended up breaking beneath these lows, and then we retested, sold off. So it made sense. And I was also looking for a confirmation. We never got a really good confirmation. Yeah, we got one here once we broke above this structure, but we never got one here. We never got a buy confirmation right here because we needed that right? Liquidity, we swept it, but we never really like broke above. Maybe on the 1 hour, it looks like we did with this body candle, but I always go one time frame higher to confirm. And as you see on the 4 hour, it was only a wick. We came to liquidate these highs. We also came to fill in some of this imbalance. We tapped into this order block as well, right? Mitigated from there and then sold off. So that makes sense. But that sell-off was needed in order for price to give us this retest here. And if you draw your Fibonacci from the lows, the lowest wick to the highs, price came back down to the 618 perfectly. Super, super solid. Super, super solid. And as we go down to the smaller time frames, again, once price did come give us that retest, right? That retest that we all look for, you want to find another setup, which we had multiple. Let me go ahead and remove some of these things so it doesn't confuse you, right? But we had multiple setups. Let's go down to even smaller time frames. We saw that we had price building up. This is a low point here. That's a high point. Price playing around. We finally sweep the lows, right? We sweep these lows, clearing out this liquidity, and then we do break structure to the upside. That's another confirmation. So then when price comes back down, plays around, still playing around, liquidity buildup, again, doing all this. This is very nasty price action. But the reason why we're not worried is because this is the setup here, right? This is the setup. We have liquidity being built up with these lows and highs. We swept it and broke above. So the stop loss is right here at this wick. That's the stop loss. Your first entry could have been at any one of these breaks of structure because price broke structure to the upside multiple times. After these lows were swept, we broke structure here. We broke above these highs. Okay, that's one confirmation. We broke above these highs up here. Another confirmation. And we also broke above these highs. Price did a very nice break of structure to the upside, indicating to us that we want to continue price in the upward direction. So that was pretty significant. So that when price did come back down, there was no other option but to buy. And if you draw your fib from, again, these lows to the highs, we came right back down to the 786. And again, this is basic structure. And then price played around, slowly working its way up. And then yesterday when the market opened, we opened up very aggressively with a gap in the market. And then we slowly worked our way down, which we talked about on the last video. If you watched it, that, okay, price, we gapped up, it's working its way up. We may slowly trickle our way down and maybe give one more setup before continuing. So if we go down looking at current price action, I did see some setups. I saw one down here. There's also a current one here. Let's go down to the 5-minute just to make it more clear. For anyone who's selling, maybe you're like, nah, I'm selling NAS. Like, you have all this liquidity, right? Support resistance, boom, sweep above the highs and then break beneath the lows. And then we retested right here and then sold off. But again, this is a counter trend trade. I'm not gonna entertain trading against the overall trend. It's just too much stress. Too much stress. Is follow the trend. If the river is flowing downstream or upstream, follow the stream. Follow the stream. And as we look here, there's a clean setup down there, right? We have liquidity, sweep it, break above. Super, super solid. Price never worked its way back down, especially if you draw the fib from the low to the high. We didn't really even come down that low, which is fine. You don't always have to. And there's more of a setup here as well, not as clean, but you see it happening, right? We have the liquidity with the low, the high, swept it, tried to break above a few times, and then we finally did, right? So that's something that we can look at. Another confirmation right now with this candle within this candle that's closing currently, what happened? What happened? We just literally had a break of structure to the upside. So when the market is uptrending, what do we have? We have higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. And every time you're making a higher high, you have to break structure to the upside, right? This was a high and we broke structure, right? We broke structure here. We broke structure there. In order to create an uptrend, in order to make higher highs and higher lows, you have to break structure like we just did. So, is this an uptrend or downtrend? This is an uptrend. It's a very clear uptrend. So for me to for me to sell this, I would have to see price giving lower lows and lower highs. I would have to see price breaking beneath previous structure. But we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Maybe a little bit higher. Technically, you should already be in these trades. If you've been plugging in the Discord, you've been plugging in all the other chats, you should see that. You should have already been in these trades. We've been dropping these trades every day pretty much, essentially, and holding for the long term. But for sells, I would probably, like, if you really wanted to sell that, you would have to look anywhere above like these highs, right? Anywhere above these highs. I'm going to put a line at 2100 just to have a whole number there for reference. 2100, that's a solid one. And then 21250. I like 21250 is around the all-time highs. 21250, just to put a number on it, so we're not like guessing what number we're at and whatnot. And the reason why I say these highs here is because this is the high from yesterday. If you look at the daily candle, that's the previous daily high. And most of the time, price, especially if you want to counter trade, that would be the safest place to look. After the previous day high or the previous week or the previous month, anytime those highs and lows get swept, that's a good place to get in to start looking for entries. Me personally, even if price does make it up here, I'm not going to sell. I'm just going to continue to hold the buys from down here. Again, this is the same setup that we're in. TP isn't even until all-time highs. So price can play around and lollygag and go up and down, whatever. I'm still going to just hold this trade to where it needs to go. Does it have to go there? No. It can easily just say, you know what? Forget you and your trade. We're just going to sell off. That's fine. That's fine. But at the same time, based off of structure, based off, smart money or Wyckoff, whatever you want to call it, this is a pretty solid move. It's a pretty solid indication that price wants to go higher. So as far as like current setups right now, this is the only one that I see for buys. We didn't even get a retest yet. No retest just yet. Let's look at the 1 minute as well. More detail. Liquidity buildup. We sweep the lows and we break above the highs. And as I'm dissecting this, I'm looking even deeper in here. I'm seeing how we gave even more setups. We broke structure several times. We broke structure here. All this could have been an entry, right? If we break structure to the upside and look at all these retests, multiple chances to get in right before we hopped on this call, stop loss would have been here. So very, very minimal risk. You would have risked around $15 to make 40. That's almost a 1 to 3 right there. Almost. But if price comes back down to here, that's a solid entry as well. Right? Same stop loss would be right in here. Good morning. Don't get caught up. Oh, sheesh. Okay, my fault. Big dog. Who else? Any questions? Comments? Let me know. Let me know. Is it lagging? It kind of looks like it's lagging on this end. Hopefully it's not. Of course, of course. That's on NAS. What is US 30 up to? What else? What we got? US 30 is pushing up. I know we have this gap, a huge gap here that US 30 hasn't filled. Does it have to? We don't know. We don't know, but we shall see. Yeah, SPX is moving up too. So is NAS, Bitcoin. Yeah, I was liking Bitcoin up here just to hit 100K, but this was violated. So now we're working our way back down to 90. There's more setups in here, super solid. Another setup right there at 80. So we'll see. We'll see if 90 holds this whole area here. At this point, you want to just look for, price to do the same thing. Sweep, break above, continue. That's all you want to see, really. And then let's see, XRP, same thing. Sorry. I want to get the buys right here again. Around $1. Load up once more. XRP finally took off after 4 years. Crazy work. Gold. I was looking at gold at 26, preferably 25, but we'll see what happens here at 26. It taps into the setup again. Look, liquidity, build up, sweep, break above. Now we're back for the retest. Yeah, solid. Super, super solid. Silver. Dang, oh snap. I wonder if my buy limit activated. I have one right here at 30. Super clean. Sheesh. Let me delete these lines. Probably did. Patience. I was so tempted to get in over here and over here, but I'm like, you know what? Hold on. Sheesh. I hate that feeling when you have to sneeze. Whew. But I don't want to sneeze. And the reason why is because I don't know what's going to come out. I don't know what's going to come out. It's going to be, yeah, we don't want to go there. And then oil, I'm looking at oil on the higher time frames. This is a higher time frame setup. Liquidity, sweep, break above, multiple retests. We're just hovering around here. I want to see you just dip in there and then take off. And then we'll see what happens though. Between $50 a barrel and 65. I like that area. A lot. 618. I'm gonna stay on here at least until 630. Just to see what happens when the market opens. See what they want to do. What do y'all think? Let me know in the chat. What do y'all think is gonna happen here with indices? You think we continue the bull run, or do we give another sell-off? We'll see. I know we have let me see, Forex Factory. Let's see. I don't really look at the news too much, but just for y'all. USD today. Today we have FOMC. Oh, at 11 a.m. Okay, I'll probably be at the gym at that time, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. FOMC. Interesting. All right, we have 12 more minutes until the market opens. Very curious to see what happens. I'm curious to see what y'all think as well. We have any NAS traders on here? You guys trade NAS? What do you guys do? What do you guys look at? Yeah, I'm already in these trades for NAS like way lower, so I'm not too pressed on entering any new trades. MNQ, what is that? Is that futures? MNQ. Yeah, I don't really trade futures, but it's the same chart, just different names. Yeah, I'm in NAS way down here, so getting into buys up here, that's not going to be for me. unless like I'm just now opening up a trading account and I just deposited money and I'm trying to look for an entry, and maybe. But I think the best entries were anywhere below 20,800 for buys. Micro Nasdaq. Oh, okay, solid. Are you in any buys right now? Looking at any buys or sells? What you got? Talk to us. And if you're just hopping on, um, you know, we've only been able to identify some structure here that can potentially continue taking us higher. So we'll see what happens right in here as well. Very curious. Let's go down to the 1 minute. There's 10 minutes left. There's 10 minutes left until the New York Stock Exchange pops off. You're looking to sell at the moment. Okay. Well, if we're looking to sell, I would hold off unless this setup gets violated. Because then in order to sell, you need like structure has to confirm that. You would have to see some type of highs and lows, and then we sweep the highs, and then we break above the lows. And then once price comes back down, once price comes back for that retest, that would make the most sense just based off structure. Like price would have to come back. You can enter off the retest, or if it goes deeper, maybe there's some like institutional candles in there. Whatever you trade, stop loss would be there. So for it to sell with confidence and confirmation, and not just I have a feeling, then you would definitely want to see this right in there. But if not, then I would wait to sell higher. Just to be safe, I would sell like above the previous highs, like up here above these highs. Because if everyone's stop loss is here that sold earlier, and and the market likes to target liquidity, this would be the best area to sell. You probably have the lowest drawdown, unless we get the setup here. But as of right now, it is back in the buy setup. It's back in the buys. Again, this is boom, liquidity buildup. And then we do sweep these lows. We break beneath these lows here, and then we eventually push and break structure with a full body candle above these previous highs. So now price is back here. You can either enter now with a small lot size test trade, or wait for another setup to continue. Yeah, I like 2100 as well. That's like a partial area for me. I'll be partialing out some of the positions, but even around there, I would still want to see some sort of setup. But yeah, if you're willing to, maybe risk like 10, 20 pips, without any confirmation, you could do that too. It's in the sell zone up there at 2100. Yeah, that's correct, Mr. Andrew. Yeah, the sweep of liquidity is manipulation. That's what they do, because all these big players, they can't just enter the market like we do. They have to manipulate the market. They have to allow buyers to come in and buy at the support and sell out the resistance over a large period of time, or even a short period of time. And they come in and purposely sell the market to stop loss all the buyers here, and then they immediately buy it up to stop loss all the sellers. So now buyers and sellers got cooked, and then that's when they come in and play around here, and then they take the price in the same direction. And then all the buyers are like, dang, I was in the buys, but I got stopped out, and then it flew my way. It always happens. It's always best to wait for the manipulation first. So we were here, back in the buy zone. This is the better, deeper buys right in there. Let me see. Perfect. Let's go to the 5 minute. Let's see. What's any efficiencies here? Not really. I just see like an order block. Let me see this. Nothing. Geez, look at that. Look at that 30-minute. It's nasty. Price came up. We didn't break above the highs here on the 30-minute. On the smaller time frame, it looks like we did. Right? We came up with a wick. We swept this liquidity, and we tapped into this imbalance here. Let me see on US 30. No. SPX, same thing. Thank you. Thank you. And if you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm still new. Should have been doing this years ago. I don't know why I just started, but yeah, if you have any suggestions or like chart requests, let me know. Let me know. I'm here for it. Sheesh, this was a nasty. That was nasty right there. Let's see the 1 hour. And the 4 hour. Yep. Okay. 4 minutes. 4 more minutes. And again, this is, even though this isn't, if this, yeah, like I said, I'm in the buys lower. I'm in the buys down here. I got the buys way lower, pretty much from 28 or from 20,800 and below. I'm in buys. So the fact that price is up here, I'm personally not going to enter any trades up here because we did move so far away from the original entry. At this point, we're just fighting for like scraps. Like prices already moved, I think like 300, 400 pips. Yeah. So any trades up here would be more of a high risk because we've already, taken multiple positions down there. So, and we've already moved so far away. But for someone who just like hopped on today, they have no positions, I would be looking either here or if price goes lower. There's more setups down here, right? There's more setups down here as well, right? If you don't, I see it automatically, but I see like liquidity, and then we sweep the lows and break above or retest, and boom. And if you can't really see it on the candles, look at the line chart. Maybe see it a little bit better. But yeah. And I dropped all these trades in the chats, in the Discord and Telegram. Like it's already been dropped. So if you've been following along, you should already be in the trades. So yeah, we're just looking here. 3 minutes. This is gonna violate the structure. If this structure violates, right, then we have this. We have liquidity. We broke above the highs, swept it, and then we came beneath with the full body candle, and then boom, you can sell there too. But that's if these buys get violated. Even if that happened, for me, it would sell off back into the buy zone. All right. I like this one down here the best. This is the cleanest setup. Boom, boom, sweep, break above. Like that's clean. That's clean. And then on the fib, from the lows to the highs, it's deeper. It's like the 71%. But yeah, super solid. What about you, Andrew? Are you in any trades? Are you guys in any trades? You guys trading NAS as well? Like currently? All right, we got 2 minutes or 1 minute now. So, low risk buys are here. I mean, I can even, maybe you guys need to see this. That can be your entry, stop loss there. TP 1 to 3 or whatever your trading plan is, or even the highs. I know people want to, it's always good to take some partials or profits at the highs. Because once highs or lows get swept, that's when people take profit. 10. Is it 10? Well, I know I'm on Pacific time. It's 11 a.m. So you must be, I don't know. You must be like Central time or something like that. But yeah, so far it is moving pretty significantly. We'll see. We shall see. I'll put this here. There's a few seconds left. they want to do. Let's see. Oh, nice little push. Sheesh. Okay. I support that. I support that. Is it long lived, or is it just like, is it like a liquidity sweep? Right now, price is struggling with this imbalance. Price wicked up, and then we hit this imbalance, sold off. So let's see. Let's see, do we break above and continue, or was this enough to like take price lower? East Coast. East Coast. Nice. Nice. Type in the chat if you're East Coast or West Coast. I'm trying to see something. Cause y'all are lucky. It's like 9:30 over there. Like the sun is already out. You had your coffee. You probably already went to the gym. Like y'all are up. Y'all are up. Let me see. Let me check on US 30 real quick. Not much. SPX. Okay, so it looks like NAS and SPX are more in unison today. But sheesh. Sheesh. Nasty work. Nasty work. That was like barely any drawdown for this. I mean, what was it? You probably risked like $10 and now you're up 30, 40. So, I mean, let me know in the chat if you guys were looking at this setup here. If you were, looking to take this trade, super solid setup here. Super clean. TP pretty much smacked. Hope you guys, paid yourself, took some partials. But yeah, I mean, look, NAS is bullish, ladies and gentlemen. It's been bullish since before you were born, before I was born. All right, TP's officially hit, officially smacked. This is a nasty work. I could have entered, but I'm already in. I'm already in too deep. I'm more of like a position trader, swing trader. I'm going to hold these for a while. See, we sweep the highs and then people take profit because that's what happens. And then what happens? The market starts to reverse. So it doesn't always reverse dramatically, but it's always it's a good habit to get in. It's a good habit to get in. Once the highs are cleared, go ahead and take some off the table because that's what most people are doing, right? So that's solid. Let's look at more of this. I know people still want to sell, and again, like let's say price travels to these highs, I will look to take some partials here because market may reverse. And this is a previous sell setup as well. Once we broke beneath these lows, anything above this line is for sells technically, but again, that's a counter trend trade. Like anything that's happening here could easily get clapped and price can just blow through this. It can just blow through that. So I'm not too pressed on it. I would just capitalize. Like whenever the market pulls back, like let's say the market just ran 1,000 pips like last week and then this week it's selling off. I like to look for buys as price is selling off because you want to buy low and sell high. And if you want to look for sells, you want to look for sells as price shoots up, right? But yeah, this is solid. I mean, 20,000, 21,250. That's the new all-time high right here. 20,800 was previous all-time highs. With the elections that happened recently, we just broke above all-time highs, the previous all-time highs. So now this sell-off was nothing more than a retest to confirm that, hey, this is really happening. And as we can see, this is really happening. So that's what's going on. Super clean. I don't really have much else. I mean, that was it. I mean, we hopped on the call as requested by the chat, right? I really only do these calls if the people want them, right? If the people want the calls, there's participation. You guys are asking, okay, cool, I'll do the call because I don't have to do these calls. I do it because I genuinely want to trade with people that are actually trading, not people who just want to sit and just listen and watch. If you're serious about trading, you want to make some money, you want to grow, you want to learn, you want to ask questions, you want to share charts, talk smack. I'm all for that. But what I don't, what I'm not for, is just talking for an hour and no one saying nothing. I'm just here. I could do that shit by myself, right? But yeah, super solid play. And shout out to you guys for requesting the call. You guys picked a good day, a very good day. We got a nice play. I think price is up like over 60 pips as of right now. And yeah, we'll see what happens. See what happens. But that's it for me. Unless you guys have any questions or any other charts you want me to look at or dissect or mark up, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the Telegram. Let me know in the Discord. And yeah, click the description, check that stuff out. It's up to you. You can find my daily analysis in the Telegram or the Discord, which is in the links in the descriptions below. Go ahead and check those out, and it's all free, right? We have other things that we do. We have like paid mentorship and things like that. But I understand that sometimes people just want to see some free value, right? Let's check it out real quick. Let's do a test drive. So yeah, that's what you guys can get right in there. But that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the chats. Let me know, and let's get it.